Yo, let's go and welcome to the video. There's a very high chance that this soloing of Utgarde Keep is gonna be null and void, depending on what Blizzard decides to put in as far as anti-boosting mechanics go in dungeons. But just in case our spells and abilities aren't affected by it, I'm gonna go ahead and do a one-take video of a couple of pulls in Utgarde Keep to get us some good XP and some gold with no competition. Don't have to worry about doing quests in areas that are going to be really contested. AoE farming in the open world that's going to be really contested. But hopefully this doesn't get like nerfed or anything, and we're able to do this when Wrath goes live. You know, you can see I'm almost level 71 right now. I've got 4-piece PvP gear. The rest is 4-piece tier 6, some Sunwell pieces, all that stuff. Glyphs, I have Innervate and Monsoon. Reduce the cooldown of Typhoon by 3 seconds. We're not going to have the Glyph of Starfall right away, so no point in testing it with that. So it just means our Starfall is going to have a minute and a half cooldown instead of 1 minute cooldown. The other videos of this farm I've seen Druids do, they clear these two first mobs. I wanted to do it without clearing them separate and including them in the pool, so I kind of found a way to be able to do that. I think it'd be easier as an alliance. You could probably just like run past Shadow Meld, Stealth and Cat form, and do it like the normal way. But since I'm Horde, I will show you how I've been doing it. Alright, got that going. So I'll root this guy and then clone this guy, and I can run right by. And then I go cat form, put up Nature's Grasp, dash through, trying to not have my back towards them and get them to be rooted so I don't get dazed. Still took a lot of damage there. That's like one of the riskiest parts of the pull. And then I try to stay on as far of the outside as I can, kind of jumping over those crates when possible. Knocking them back with the Typhoon. You can kind of use like the front part of the crate as a ramp. I messed it up there. They're catching up, and this is like, again, one of the riskiest parts is just getting the first pull down. Once everything's aggroed and just chasing you, it's not that bad. But it can go wrong plenty of ways while you're trying to get everything grouped up. So now that everything's grouped up, I can Starfall and continue to kite around the room, just typhooning and starfalling once they come off cooldown. So it takes about 5.5 minutes, just depends on how many crits you're getting as things getting resisted. You can kind of throw in some couple ticks of Hurricane after you've pushed back and they're dazed coming back at you. But yeah, other than that, just stick to the outside, turn, jump, Typhoon, and you're good to go. It should be like 18 or 19 mobs with everything aggroed at once. Excuse me. And the XP, I have a little bit of rested. So the first couple mobs, it gives like 9,800 XP, I think. And then if somebody resists, you can just Nature's Grasp. They'll catch up to you. Mana hasn't been an issue for me. Still have Innervate. I could Innervate and get all my mana back. So that's why you can knock back, throw some Hurricanes in, Innervate, and just keep a couple hots on you if you took a hit or two. But since this farm is so quick, doing this first room, I didn't want to have to deal with the lockout, so I went ahead and stealthed through the little bit further into the dungeon, a couple rooms past like the first boss. Well, the next room past the first boss. And I hadn't really been using the treants because then like they kill one mob and then that mob's out of range of the other mobs, like to loot. So I was trying to like keep them all grouped up in a nice little bundle, one little pile, have them all die at the same time. But dash is off cooldown, so if something does get close and Nature's Grasp is off of, like, it's on cooldown with no procs left, you can always go into cat form and dash away. And once the mobs get to 20% HP, they start to slow down, so they start to not be as grouped up as the start of the pool, as things are taking a little bit different amounts of damage. Things are starting to die. My rested XP is going away. Leveled. Sweet. Full mana. Only leveling took all your spells that were on cooldown off cooldown too. Alright. Finishing them up. We're about 4.5 minutes in. And then on live, I'll be looting all of my mobs. So in this farm, I'll be looting everything. And you very well could just go out, reset, do this 5 times and under like a half an hour, let's say, and then have the other half an hour to do a quest or go vendor, you know, whatever it is you wanted to go fish. But me, I want to just keep on going. Oh, I missed one. I'll edit that out. But next room, you can't really knock back or slow the big dragons, so I just stealth through the next room once I get there. Nose itches. Okay. So stealth through here. Usually dash is off cooldown, even if you've used it in the pool. I don't have any sort of like improved stealth or anything. I'm also not a night elf, so night elves have a little bit of an advantage when stealthing in the dungeons, but you can just easily go right behind the Drake, right next to this pack. This is the first boss room, so I just stay to the outside of the boss room. Might be able to get out of stealth there, run up here, then go back in stealth to save that little bit of time. If you're really trying to min-max this, again, if it's not nerfed. I hope it isn't, because it's a really fun thing to do. I've always loved being able to solo dungeons, so having this be nerfed would just kind of suck. It would ruin my classic experience, because that's what I love about classic, is being able to solo things. So these pools I take a little bit slow, but it's just the rest of this hallway, and it ends up taking about 12 minutes. So I like to root him, and then I can Starfall, knock these guys back with a Typhoon. They don't do too much damage, but they definitely do hurt if they're sitting on you for a couple seconds. So just like the first room, you can Nature's Grasp, keep this guy rooted. I solo him down, and then there's a couple more pools in this hallway. The reason I don't pull more than one of these packs is for that reason right there. He charges, stuns. There's 2 of them doing that to you, and all those little zombies on you too. You can die pretty quick. And we want to avoid that as much as possible. And with the Starfall on a 1.5-minute cooldown, you kind of have time between all these little packs to loot and not have to worry about pulling the whole haul in one run and risking it when you're going to be locked out if you do that anyways. There's kind of like a safe, easy, like 12, 13-minute run. You should never really ever be locked out of the instance after going out, resetting, coming back in. So this one I had pulled before without Starfall, so you can also do that after that first pack is cleared. You have a little bit of breathing room. It's not too hard. Maybe eventually I could pull this group and the other group, but again, we're at 8 minutes, so 4 minutes left. No reason to really rush. So only 700 XP from those, just a little bit lower than the higher level elites. It's still pretty decent XP for how easy it is. Oh, and it was amazing when they finally patched Typhoon today. I could not wait to get home to come in here and start trying this with the Typhoon knockback. I've also been messing around in Stratholm, kind of doing like a 5 pool clear of Stratholm. So keep an eye out for that video. Probably won't be today, but maybe tomorrow if I have time to edit that one. But not like an extreme amount of gold per hour, but like 50 gold a run, about a 12, 13-minute run in there. This is just like, that's going to be my farm for the pre-patch, to make some gold, have some fun. I'm pulling 25 mobs at once, 30 mobs at once, so all those numbers blowing up my screen. This looks really, really cool. Alright, so these little geists do a lot of damage. Holy shit. Well, that's going to be the end of this one take. Thanks for watching. Yeah, so like 10 minutes. Should have just killed those geists. I forgot how hard they hit. There's just 3 of them that run around. In one little pack. Maybe, yeah, there's 2 little groups of 3. So, keep an eye out on the geists. Could split this up into 2 pools. The last time I did it, I had gotten like one side and then there was 2 mobs left. So, lesson learned, keep an eye on the geists and don't let them hit you while you're trying to heal up to pre-pull. But thanks for checking it out. I hope this doesn't get nerfed. Peace. Have a good one.